Welcome back, expert investors. An interesting article I wanted to bring to your attention. Canada wants to welcome 500,000 immigrants a year by 2025. Can our country keep up? Now, this has been an ongoing conversation we've been having with investors for almost the last 5 years now. Policymakers say higher immigration is necessary to fuel Canada's economic growth, and in particular to ease labor shortages, but with a population boom comes growing pains. Now, I'm not going to get into the rest of this article. I'll let you read it on your own, but I want to show you something very interesting. Okay, this is a tweet by some reporters I follow. U.S. population, 333 million. Population growth in the past year, 944,000. Canada's population, 39 million approximately. Population growth in the past year, 703,000. So I'm assuming most of you can do some basic math here, and you can see the ratio of our growth is astronomical. The U.S. population is just about 9 or 10 times our population, yet we're growing at almost 80% of their pace. Call it 75% of their pace, which is astronomical. Okay, and I think these numbers beg the question that who's calculating this, and does the policymakers really do have the best interests of Canadians in mind? Remember, come back to this, and it says policymakers say higher immigration is necessary to fuel Canada's economic growth, and in particular to ease labor shortages. Canada wants to welcome 500,000 new immigrants a year by 2025. We're already getting 700,000, so that means they want even more. And there's some sly immigration tactics people are using to get into the country through post-secondary education, but we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into the quality of the immigration. You can't just let a pile of people in and hopefully some of them are going to be good, to fill these labor shortage gaps. Now, we're real estate investors. We're not going to talk politics here, but let's think about this for a second. As real estate investors, how do we manage and profit from this scenario? If we know 700,000 people are coming and the government thinks it's 500 and they want more, even more, maybe it could be 800 or a million. Doesn't matter. It's a crazy number. And as it stands in the moment, our housing supply cannot keep up. Cannot. Impossible to keep up, because of this 700,000, at least half is coming right here to Ontario and right here to the Golden Horseshoe, right in the area we invest in, right in the areas that we live in, because this is where all the jobs and economic growth is. So can we sustain 350, 400,000 a year just in Southern Ontario with the housing supply we have and the housing supply we're going to build? No. Okay, that's why you're starting to hear commercials on the radio or on TV, and we're going to build 1.5 million houses in the next 10 years. They're trying to fix the supply problem, but it's too slow. They have to remove the red tape. I'm not counting on the government to do that. So as a real estate investor, I'm buying high quality real estate in good areas because I know for a fact that there's going to be rental demand and supply is going to be low. And let me make this bigger for you, when supply is low and demand is high, guess what happens to rents? They go up, which means my cash flow goes up, my income goes up, the demand for my product goes up, and eventually the value of my property will go up too, even with higher rates. Okay, this is inevitable given the supply-demand structures. And in order for the government to increase, think about this, in order for the government to increase the supply of housing, guess what they're going to have to do soon? Lower rates. Inevitable. So folks, read between the lines, through the headlines, read between the lines, right? Just like that, read between the lines. And read between the lines, pay attention, okay? Because if you've been making money in real estate, I want you to continue what you're doing. Even if we're not helping you, or we're not coaching you, we're not helping you buy and sell properties, that's fine. But do what's right for your family, right? And this is some of the best investment we can get, and I want you to get more of it, but I want you to do it on a sophisticated level. If you want our help, if you want our coaching, if you want our mentoring, just drop us a line, drop us an email. I'll leave our contact information in the comments, and we'll be in touch, and we'll help you build a portfolio that actually makes a difference in your life, builds up that cash flow, builds up that generational wealth, and really helps you live a better lifestyle. I couldn't say it any better. Talk soon, everyone. Bye-bye.